everyone, it's Lizzie. Welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, it has been a long time since I've actually filmed a video. I was on vacation and I had just so much going on, so I haven't updated my budget. So I went ahead and I did this before filming this, and I got paid twice. So my husband, he received his pay, and then I've also gotten my paycheck. So I'm gonna go run through this with you guys so you can see where these numbers came from and all of that. And also I will update you on my cash envelopes. So if this is something that you're interested in to like get motivated on how to lay out a budget or how I lay it out, then keep on watching. So bear with me, I am without my usual voice. I went to a few theme parks and rode roller coasters, and my voice is kind of just shot. So I'm kind of forcing it out right now just to get this video out for you guys, because I really want to show you how everything worked out for me. So how I have my budget, and I'll try to see if I can zoom in so you guys can follow along. But this pay is for the 26th of September. This is when my husband got paid. And what I've been doing lately is starting and factoring in a starting balance from my account. So this is actually some funds that I received from my Etsy and also from Google. So I have been able to monetize my channel, and this has allowed me to have a additional like side income. So that is thanks to you guys. Thank you so much for your support, and I so appreciate you guys. So this is with some of the gas money that we did not use, and also some income that I did receive. I did not put this in here because I am working on a separate page specifically for online income. So I will share that in the future, but I'm currently working on a separate sheet for specifically online income. So I just put in a starting balance of what was in my checking account and then how much we received for a paycheck. So the total income for this date was $738.77. And then what I do is I give a tithe, and this is only for this paycheck. I feel like I'm gonna get some questions about, well, Lizzie, what about your online income? Again, that is something that is separate. So I'm using that as like a business funds. So let me just show you. In the front here, I am laying out how much I am getting paid for when I do receive that. So I factor in like a business tithe. So I have a giving specifically for my online business. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. But yes, so I give 10% of what my income is. So for this pay, I just rounded it up, so it's $53 is what I am giving as my tithe. And then offering, this is something that I give above my tithe. I got, there was a question on one of my videos asking, well, what is the offering? Offering, it's always giving above the 10%. And that is what I believe. I give a tithe, it's 10% of my income. And then anything else I will give above. And we usually give monthly to a ministry, and but we also give separately if there's any funds that's left over from our cash envelopes. Sometimes you'll see that I don't have any money left in my cash envelope. It's because I'll feel at that moment I just want to give whatever is in that envelope. Just give it, to the church or to somebody in need. So that's how I view that. So for expenses, now what I like to do is I list out my expenses for all of the fixed items. So anything that is a standard number, I list out here. And to let you guys know, I have this little worksheet. Let me flip it to the page. Actually, I have this bill tracker worksheet, and what this does, let me make sure that I'm in view. Hold on. So for my bill tracker worksheet here, I have all of the dates up at the top of when I get paid, and I list out all of my fixed expenses and the due dates. So for this, it gives me like a little checklist pretty much of all of the bills that are come due and how much I want to set aside for the particular bill. And then I'll highlight it once I know I have completed and I have the funds to pay the entire amount. And this allows me to break things down, and it really is a lot helpful when you break down a large bill into bite-sized pieces. And so it's not overwhelming and it's not shocking to your bank account. It's not shocking to you when you see that the bill is due or when it'll get debited from your bank account. So this is something that I have recently applied to my budget, this layout here. And it's a nice, easy way for me to see, okay, well, what bills are due? How much do you want to set aside? This allows you to set up a game plan for the month, for the upcoming month, and it really doesn't make it overwhelming when you see this large amount and, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay this? Where am I going to come up with the money? So this is a good breakdown for your paychecks, specifically for your bills. So what I do every pay, I'll write in the date, right? So I know when I'm going to get paid. And I'll write in the dates, and then we'll break things down how much we want to set aside for that paycheck. Now, this is for the 26th, so I just went down this column here, and I wrote down all of my expenses and how much I planned to withdraw, to set aside in my bank account this amount. So I went ahead and I just wrote in all of these numbers. And then what is not listed here is SunPass. So this, I've mentioned this a couple of times, but I want to explain this. I have my SunPass attached to a credit card, and this was a recommendation by one of my viewers, so thank you very much. And it's really been helpful, but I feel like I'm going to get some people not agreeing with this method. But again, let me explain. I have a credit card that is attached to my SunPass. Now my SunPass is set up where if it falls below a certain amount, it would automatically pull $10 into my SunPass account. But I don't want that to come out of my checking account because I don't know when that money will fall below that threshold. And I don't want to not have funds available in my bank account to pay the bills that I actually want to pay because I know that they're recurring. SunPass is kind of unpredictable, and I don't check my SunPass account every day. So what somebody mentioned is, well, treat it kind of like a utility bill. And when you see your credit card statement and you see the balance, whether it be $30 or however amount it is, you will just pay that and factor it into the next, your next budget. So that's what I've been doing, and it's been working out really well. I still have a $0 balance on that credit card because all that it is used for is SunPass. So I enjoy doing it. It's been working for us. We're not going into more debt because of me having that credit card. I don't even have it on me. It's just used for that, seriously. So anyways, that is what I have for my expenses for this pay. And then this was my total, $475.09. So now what I do is I take my income, I subtract my giving, and it gives me a remaining balance. So $263.68 is what I have left to put into a particular category. So you want to make sure that you are giving every dollar a job. This is what Dave Ramsey, he raves about. He always says you give every dollar an assignment. And the best way and the easiest way that you can do this is using a budget and also using his app. And I recommend this all the time. Every Dollar is an app that you can download. It's free, and it allows you to place each one of your dollars for your income into a set category for the month. So I am a paycheck budgeter, and I like to set up my monthly budget, and then I like to break it down paycheck to paycheck. So one thing that I do with the remaining funds is figure out, okay, what is the plan for the month? What do we have coming up? Do we have birthdays? Is there holidays coming up? How are we with our Christmas savings? What is our goal for that? And what are different things that we have going on? That is what you use your remaining money for. Now, I follow the Dave Ramsey plan of the baby steps. So he recommends baby step 1, saving your starter emergency fund of $1,000, paying off debt, except for your house, for baby step 2. So what we have done is we had to use funds from our emergency fund because my husband, his tires were bald. They were really bad. We needed to replace them. So that is what a savings account is for. Now, we do want to grow our car maintenance fund, but at the time we didn't have enough in that sinking fund. So we had to use money from somewhere so we can replace those wheels and not go into debt for it. So we did pull the money from our savings account, and now we have to replenish it. The one thing that I really never thought about is, when you use the money, you don't think about putting the money back, but you have to put it back. You have to put it back because you'll need it again in the future. So we are working on putting the money back, and I have set out a specific amount that we are putting each pay to complete that baby step 1 again. But we are also working on paying off debt at that same time. He doesn't really recommend that, but we're already on the roll of paying off the debt, so we're just going to work on that as well as filling in our emergency fund again. So that was kind of confusing, but I hope you guys understood it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. This is what we're putting back in our emergency fund for this pay. And then we're working on just putting the remaining to a car payment, which is my car lease. So $20.68 is going to that. And then here are our categories that we are putting towards our cash envelopes from this pay. So I've already stuffed these envelopes, so I'm just gonna walk through each of these. So for this week, I am actually going away. So I'm gonna be gone for a week. My husband will be here by himself, so we don't really need to withdraw our usual amount since it's just him. So $25 is more than enough for him for the week. And then for Christmas, we are gonna pull out $36. That is what was left for Christmas for this month to complete that. Eating out, what was left in our budget based on my every dollar numbers was $4 for the month of September. So we just went ahead and took that out. And same thing for home, pet, spending. We withdrew $73 for spending, and I had mentioned on my Instagram stories that I had money left over from my anniversary fund, and it was $75. I said that we would put that to vacation, but then my husband reminded me, and oh my gosh, I can't believe that I forgot. We were going with friends to the Halloween Horror Nights at Universal, and we were going to use the funds, that remaining funds, to go. So we used that, and we also pulled out some extra money from our spending. So that had been used, and I just made a little mark that I used that. So I withdrew it, and it's gone already. And then for vacation, we took $6 out. So $158 was our total cash envelope for this paycheck. Now, since this has come and gone, I went ahead and I filled this in too. So we're gonna walk through this. So there was $60 in my bank account from our gas. So I budgeted $60, and we hadn't used it yet because my pay came like a couple of days after. So we're gonna walk through this together. So there's a beginning balance of $60. My paycheck was $1,005.66, so it brings our income to $1,065.66. Our tithe was $100, so 10%, that's $100. And then same thing with our expenses for our bill tracker. So I went ahead, pulled this out, and we're walking through this column here. So I just marked off all of these bills, and I factored in the gas, which includes last pay. So it is the 60 plus 65 that I budgeted for here, $65 for gas. And then also our HOA, I will pay that today because it's due on the 1st. So I'm gonna go ahead and pay that. So I messed up here. $492.31 is what the total expenses are. So we are left with $473.35. And we have to give every one of these $400 a job, as I mentioned many times. So that's what we're walking through on this side. So you wanna, again, figure out what is your game plan for the month, what are your goals, all of that. So this, I am actually looking at October's budget to see what we have coming up. So we have some birthdays, we have bills that are due, birthdays, and then I had my challenge of the $25, which I already mentioned my husband, he's doing that because it's just him. So we don't have to take out $75. I was writing it in, I'm like, wait, I already put out $25 from this side, so we don't need to take that out. So I X that out, and we're just focusing on savings and car debt. Emergency fund, we're putting $85. $100 we're putting towards our car fund so that I can make sure I have enough to pay cash for my car when it comes due, which I am so excited to be done with this car. Seriously. Few more months left. I want to say 8 payments is what we have left. 7 or 8. I have to double check. So then we can apply $46.35 to the car lease. And now we're going to work on our sinking funds. These are the cash envelopes that I have here. So we have car maintenance, Christmas, date night, eating out, gifts, home, pet, our spending, toiletries, and vacation. So I don't have the cash with me here. I will grab that and I will update you guys later on in another video. I know you guys like cash envelope stuffing, so do I, but right now I'm filming this, it's a Sunday, my bank is not open, and I really want to walk through this with you guys. So it will be in the future, but just so you can kind of see how I plan it out before I go to the bank and I withdraw, this is helpful. So I went ahead and I have figured out my numbers based on my monthly budget of how much I want to set aside for these categories. So seriously, when you make a plan and you have things written out on a monthly view, calendar, and then also on a budget, you know what the plan is, and it makes it so much easier when you lay out your budget. So this is the paycheck budget for September 30th and how I have my numbers written. Now I have to go to the bank, withdraw the money, and then stuff these cash envelopes. So right now I am no longer focusing on my anniversary because it's come and it's gone. That's where we went. But these are the cash envelopes now that I will be stuffing when I go to the bank and I withdraw. That is kind of my update with you guys. I know this was a little bit different, but I really wanted to show you guys how my budget for these 2 paychecks for September worked out. And now we're gonna go on to October and get our goals in place, get focused, and work on our financial freedom journey. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and it gave you an insight on how to lay out your paycheck budget and everything. And I really hope that you guys stay focused on your goals. You can do it. I am here for you. Any questions you have, just leave it in the comments and I will do my best to answer. So that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in a next one. Bye guys!